A very good evening and welcome to the sports segment of the news. My name is Katey Caesar. Well, when we are talking about hungry or hungriness, it means that someone who hasn't eaten and looking for some food to eat maybe. But this time we are talking about Hungry the country. Hungry has expressed interest to collaborate with the Ghana Football Association in terms of football development and infrastructural development to share experience on developing these things in the country and academies as well. Foreign Minister of Hungary, Mr. Peter Sejato, revealed this after his visit to the headquarters of the Ghana Football Association this morning. Welcoming Mr. Sejato and his delegation, GFA Vice President Fred Quensel outlined women's football, infrastructural and grassroots development as areas to the GFA in the next phase of its developmental agenda. He sought support from Hungary in terms of the GFA's development in the area of youth football and developing the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. He recalled the cordial relations between Ghana and Hungary in the area of football, which saw Hungarian coach Joseph Emba appointed as head coach of the Black Stars in 1963, adding that this support would be renewed or should be renewed. Mr. Sejato, who is on a state visit to Ghana, also announced that the Hungarian Football Federation has agreed to extend an invitation to the Ghana Football later this year to begin negotiations on how the two associations can cooperate. The GFA delegation, which included General Secretary Mr. Emmanuel Jima, ESCO member Osei Palmer and Madam Leni Adi, led the Hungarian Foreign Minister and his entourage on a familiarization tour to the Dansuman Karl Rendorf Park. Now, doing something on Kumasi Asante Kotoko and the rumored appointment of ex-Bayern Minister Samuel Assekofor as the president of the club. Information written as indicates that Opoku Inti has been retained as the president or the CEO of the club, which means that Assekofor has lost that job. But what is the main reason why Assekofor lost that job? Let's do the Shanghai Rolex Masters now. It's getting more interesting by the day, and the quarterfinal actions began this morning as Rafael Nadal, who is world number 7, took on Milos Raonic, and he was able to beat him 6-3, 7-6 to advance. And then there was another match as well as Kevin Anderson took on Joe Wifesonga, plus others. Let's take the highlights of the quarterfinals actions.
South Africa's Kevin Anderson faced 6th seed Kei Nishikori in the third round of the Shanghai Masters on Thursday. It took a tiebreak to decide the first set, with Anderson eventually taking it 12-10 on his second set point when the Japanese player put a forehand wide. They both found the break points in the second set and went to another tiebreak. He dominated the second set tiebreak 7-3 and clinched the victory. The newest member of the world's top 10 is now set to meet Joe Wilfried Tsonga in the quarterfinals following a 7-6, 7-6 victory over Nishikori. 8th seed Rafael Nadal met 9th seed Milos Raonic in the third round of the Shanghai Rolex Masters on Thursday afternoon. The Spaniard was on his game in the first set, breaking his opponents in the second game, and went on to establish a 3-love lead. They played the rest of the set to serve as Nadal took it 6-3. In the second set, the players stayed level throughout, both holding serve with neither able to find that crucial break point. None of them gave an inch, and the tiebreaker ensued. Nadal was on his game as he won the break 7-3. After winning in straight sets, he now progresses to the quarterfinals after beating Raonic 6-3, 7-6.
Let's take some other sporting actions from around the world.
If all goes according to plan for Gennady Golovkin on Saturday at Madison Square Garden, he'll knock out David Lemieux, become a high-profile pay-per-view draw, and get a lot more people interested in boxing again. It's the logical next step for boxing's rising star, who, with his 30 knockouts in 33 professional fights, has developed a reputation as the most feared fighter in the game. He's the WBA, IBO and interim WBC middleweight champion, and now hopes to add the IBF title to his stable in the unification fight against Lemieux.
He's champion. This unification fight, and he's a very strong guy, very dangerous guy. I respect his champion. Yeah, I'm very excited. You know, this is my second home, my first home in California. And, you know, I respect people. I know history. This is new history. This is new story in Madison Square Garden. I promise.
Already there's talk of Golovkin meeting the winner of the clash between Miguel Cotto and Canelo Alvarez, but first the God of War needs to get past the challenge of Lemieux. The Canadian is also well known as a powerful slugger, and the Quebec-based fighter is amped up to put on a solid show at what's expected to be a sold-out garden.
I'm at my best shape. I'm sure Golovkin's at his best shape. It's gonna be history in the making, but I'm gonna tell you about where I come from. I come from far. I've faced a lot of victories. I've faced defeat, and nothing is more exciting and more gratifying than a beautiful victory, such as I'm planning on Saturday.
This has been the sports segment of the news. My name is Katey. The news readers are standing by.